Hello, wonderful people. If you've ever felt like the world doesn't see your hard work or that someone else is taking credit for everything you've built, this story is exactly for you. Before we dive into it, hit that like button because positivity spreads faster than negativity. And trust me, you're amazing just for being here. Now tell me something, where are you watching this from? Are you in a cozy corner of your home, sipping on warm tea, or maybe sitting under the stars somewhere far away? Let me know in the comments below. Every single one of you matters, and I want to hear your voice. Now imagine this. You've poured years of sweat, tears, and sleepless nights into building something you love, something you dreamed about since you were a child. But one day, when you walk into what's rightfully yours, someone tells you to leave. Someone who works for you. Someone you trusted. Would you feel betrayed? Angry? Or would curiosity take over first? Let me know in the comments. Let's dive deeper. Maya Harper had always been a fighter. Growing up in a small town where opportunities were as rare as rain in a drought, she learned early on how to make things happen. Her dream was simple yet bold, to open her own diner, a place where people could gather, share stories, laugh, and find comfort in good food. It wasn't just about making money, it was about creating memories. And Maya did it. She opened Harper's Corner, a little spot tucked between an old bookstore and a flower shop. It wasn't fancy, but it had heart. Heart that Maya poured into every detail, the mismatched chairs, the hand-painted menu board, even the tiny bell above the door that chimed whenever someone entered. But life has a funny way of testing us. Just 2 years after opening Harper's Corner, Maya faced a problem bigger than any burnt pancake or broken coffee machine. A health scare forced her to step back temporarily. Doctors advised rest, family urged her to slow down, and reluctantly, Maya handed over the reins to a manager named Greg Dawson. He seemed trustworthy at first, a tall man with sharp eyes and a confident smile. He promised to keep things running smoothly while Maya recovered. At first, everything seemed fine. The bills were paid, the customers kept coming, and Maya tried not to worry too much from her hospital bed. But lately, something didn't sit right with her. Little things nagged at her mind. The way Greg avoided answering certain questions during their weekly calls, the odd hours he claimed the diner stayed open, and the strange emptiness she felt when she asked him how the staff was doing. Was it paranoia? Or was there more going on behind those closed doors? One sunny afternoon, unable to shake off her suspicions, Maya decided to visit the diner herself. She hadn't told anyone she was coming, not Greg, not the staff, no one. She wanted to see Harper's Corner through fresh eyes, to feel its pulse again. As she approached the familiar red brick building, her heart swelled with nostalgia. The chipped paint on the window frames, the faded sign that read home-cooked meals, and the faint smell of butter wafting through the air, it all felt like home. She pushed the door open, hearing the familiar jingle of the bell. For a moment, she stood frozen, taking it all in. The diner looked different somehow. Not drastically changed, but subtly altered. New posters hung on the walls, ones she didn't recognize. The tables weren't arranged the same way they used to be, and instead of cheerful chatter, the room buzzed with tense whispers. Something was definitely off. "Can I help you?" A voice interrupted her thoughts. Maya turned to see Greg standing near the counter, arms crossed, his expression unreadable. His tone lacked warmth, and his posture screamed authority. She hesitated for a second, debating whether to reveal who she was. Instead, she played along. "I'm looking for the owner," she said softly, studying his reaction closely. "Is she around?" Greg frowned, narrowing his eyes at her. "The owner? Why do you need to speak to her?" Maya shrugged, trying to appear casual. "Just curious. This place feels special, and I wanted to thank whoever made it happen." Greg scoffed, shaking his head. "You won't find her today, or any other day for that matter. She hasn't been here in months. Too busy dealing with personal issues, I guess." His words dripped with disdain, and Maya's stomach churned. Personal issues? Is that what he called her illness? Her struggle to recover? "Well, maybe I can still look around," she pressed, stepping further inside. "I promise I won't disturb anyone." "No," Greg snapped, louder this time. Heads turned, and a few patrons glanced nervously between them. "Look, lady, I don't know who you are, but you need to leave. Now." Maya blinked, stunned. "Leave? From her own diner?" The audacity of his words hit her like a punch to the gut. How dare he treat her this way? But before she could respond, another voice joined the conversation. "Excuse me, Greg," came a timid voice from behind the counter. It belonged to Sophie, one of the waitresses Maya had hired herself. Sophie had always been shy, but now she looked downright terrified. Isn't this Harper's Corner? Shouldn't the owner be allowed to come in if she wants to? Greg spun around, glaring daggers at Sophie. Mind your business, kid. You'll regret speaking out of turn. Sophie flinched but held her ground, glancing briefly at Maya. There was recognition in her eyes, though she didn't say anything outright. That glance was enough for Maya to realize Sophie knew who she was, and perhaps others did too. Taking a deep breath, Maya stepped forward. Greg, stop this nonsense. I am the owner. For a split second, Greg froze, his face pale. Then anger replaced shock. What kind of game are you playing? Do you think showing up unannounced gives you the right to ruin everything I've worked for? Everything you've worked for? Maya echoed, her voice rising despite herself. This diner belongs to me. Every plate, every chair, every memory, it's mine. The room fell silent. Customers stared, unsure of what to do. Greg clenched his fists, clearly struggling to maintain control. Finally, he spat. If you really are who you say you are, prove it. Show me some proof. Proof. Maya hadn't thought she'd need it. After all, why would anyone question her ownership of something she'd built from scratch? But as she rummaged through her bag for her ID, she realized something profound. Ownership isn't just about papers or signatures. It's about connection, about knowing every crack in the floorboards and every story shared across the tables. And Maya knew hers better than anyone. When she produced her ID, Greg snatched it from her hands, examining it closely. Defeat flashed across his face, but only for a moment. Fine, he muttered bitterly. You're the owner. But don't expect everyone to welcome you back with open arms. With that, he stormed toward the kitchen, leaving Maya standing alone amidst murmurs and stares. Tears pricked her eyes, but she blinked them away. She wouldn't let him win, not now, not ever. Over the next hour, Maya spoke with the staff, learning the truth about Greg's reign. He'd cut corners, bullied employees, and driven away loyal customers. Worst of all, he'd convinced everyone that Maya had abandoned them. Betrayal stung deeply, but so did hope. Because as Maya listened to their stories, she saw flickers of the old Harper's Corner, the kindness, the laughter, the community she'd worked so hard to build. By the end of the day, Greg was gone, and Maya was back where she belonged. Slowly but surely, Harper's Corner began to heal. Patrons returned, staff smiled again, and the diner thrived once more. So dear friends, here's the lesson. Sometimes the hardest battles aren't fought against others, they're fought within ourselves. When doubt creeps in, when fear tries to silence you, remember this: your dreams belong to you. No one can take them away unless you let them. Keep fighting, keep believing, and never stop trusting your instincts. Thank you for listening to this story, my beautiful global family. Wherever you are, whatever challenges you face, know that you have the strength to overcome them. Share your thoughts with me in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button. It means the world to me. Until next time, stay strong, stay true, and keep chasing your dreams. That's the story, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure sharing it with you all. Don't forget to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see the global reach of these stories. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories, tips, and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.